Hey guys, it's Krystal. First off, just want to quickly say thank you for all the love and support on my last video. Every comment and message means so much to my family and I. It's definitely been really tough, but I wanted to get back into videos, starting with the new iPhone SE. Specifically, this is the product red version, which previously has been known to help support the fight against AIDS, but now with everything going on in the world, it helps support the fight against COVID-19, which I think is a great move from Apple. It also comes in black and white, so they're keeping it very simple, black, white, product red. I think it would have been cool to see some other colors too, but this red looks very beautiful, and I love the meaning behind it, of course. Now, the reason this phone is such a big deal is not only its price, but what you get for that price. It's $399, and Apple essentially took the body of an iPhone 8 with the internals of an iPhone 11 and 11 Pro. Keep in mind, the iPhone 11 starts at $699 and the iPhone 11 Pro starts at $999. So the fact that you get that kind of performance in this little guy is kind of crazy. Now, on the outside, this phone is pretty boring. There's really nothing new about it. There's big bezels, no Face ID, so if you're coming from something like the 11 Pro or anything from 2020, it's gonna feel pretty outdated. But you gotta remember who it's for. If you have the old SE or the iPhone 6 or 7 or anything older, it's gonna be a surprisingly great upgrade. Now, in terms of the display in 2020 standards, a 4.7-inch screen really isn't that big, but comparing it to the old one is definitely an upgrade. And you gotta remember, a big reason that people love the old SE is because of its smaller form factor, and some people were actually even annoyed that this one got bigger. I gotta say, it is really nice to be able to use a phone one-handed, especially with Touch ID there. Just makes everything very seamless and easy. That's not something that I can do with my 11 Pro Max, but I do still prefer the bigger screen, because if you're somebody like me who edits their photos on your phone or watch videos on there, it is nicer to have more room. Speaking of Touch ID, definitely feels like a throwback at this point. I've gotten so used to Face ID that I don't really miss it. Obviously, to keep the price down, it had to be omitted on here, but it still works great and is super reliable. Now, if you're considering downsizing from the iPhone 10 or later, another throwback on this phone is the gestures. Now, you would think that swipe down from the right is control panel, but on this phone, it's swipe from the bottom, which takes away the ability to swipe up to go home. On here, you just press the home button once. So I get why they did that with the home button being there, but it would have been nice to see iPhone 10 or later gestures, like on iPads with home buttons, or at least the option to enable it. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying there really is no need to have an A13 Bionic chip inside an iPhone SE, but when we take a look at the camera quality, you'll see exactly why it's such a big deal, starting with video. So here's a quick video test on the rear camera. This is 4K 24, but it'll shoot up to 4K 60, which is awesome to see coming from the previous iPhone SE to now. And just the fact that this is a $400 phone and can shoot video like this is pretty crazy. When it comes to photos, I was equally surprised because we get Smart HDR, which looks great. We get portrait mode, but not just like basic portrait mode, all the other new stuff like portrait lighting, depth control. Keep in mind, this is all done with a single lens like we saw on the iPhone XR, which shows why image processing is so important. And by looking at the photos, you probably wouldn't have guessed that Apple also used the iPhone 8 camera here as well, which further shows why that A13 Bionic chip is so important. Now, for as many great things as there are about this phone, battery life is just okay. You will definitely be charging before the end of the day, but I guess it's just something that comes with the cost of this phone, so just keep that in mind and don't expect great battery life. Overall though, this is a really great phone. It's got great performance, a solid camera, it also has wireless charging, it's IP67, and if you're looking to save some money but still get all the features that you would use the most, this is it. If you guys picked one of these up and you're watching this video on your iPhone SE, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later.